Hello everyone, this is Dr. Milind Peshwe, Professor at AISSMS College of Hotel Management and Catering Technology, Pune. We were discussing on the case study of responding to changing market conditions. This is basically a case study inspired from the book Who Moved My Cheese by Dr. Spencer Johnson. In this video, we are going to see the episode number 2 of 3. And the title of this episode is Keep Calm and Make the Change. Let's begin with the introduction of the case. This case study is based on the characters and storyline of the book Who Moved My Cheese, which I mentioned in episode number 1. And there are a few assumptions as below. There are two business houses, mice and men, who are dealing in the same trade in the same city. Each business house is run by two partners. So in this particular case, the concept of cheese means customers. So wherever you hear the word cheese, you can relate it to the word customers. We're going to take a recap of episode number 1, which was titled Who Moved My Customers. So in the last episode, we saw men were going by the rule book, guidelines of business, and they were following others, whereas the mice were believing on their instincts and they were following themselves. Men were in the comfort zone with adequate customers and they didn't want to come out of it because they had the fear of unknown market. Whereas the mice were looking out and exploring newer market and newer customers. The customer base was reducing. For both men and mice, the customer base was reducing. But the men were so busy enjoying and completely unaware of the situation. They were enjoying the current situation of the business and never realized that they were losing the customer base and they were not aware of the situation. And then finally, they landed in the situation where they had lost all the customers. So this is where we ended our episode 1. Now here we are on episode number 2, and it is called as Keep Calm and Make the Change.
What? No cheese? Who moved my cheese? It's not fair.
What'll happen if the cheese isn't here tomorrow? All my plans are based on the cheese being here.
Hem's and Haw's behavior was not very attractive and kept them from succeeding, but it was understandable. Finding cheese wasn't easy, and it meant a great deal more to them than just having enough of it to eat every day.
While Sniff and Scurry had changed, Hem and Haw continued to, well, hem and haw.
Hem? Where's Sniff and Scurry? Do you think they know something we don't?
Nah, they're just simple mice. We're little people. We're more complex and smarter. We're entitled to our cheese.
We don't seem to be acting smarter at the moment. Sniff and Scurry are probably in the maze looking for new cheese. Maybe we should simply get going and look for some new cheese too.
No, I'm going to get to the bottom of this. I want things to be just the way they were.
Meanwhile, Snip and Scurry moved further into the maze. They didn't think of anything else but finding new cheese.
After looking in parts of the maze where they had never been before, Snip and Scurry found the biggest store of cheese they had ever seen.
Meanwhile, Hem and Haw were still trying to figure out what was happening.
Then Haw began to imagine himself out in the maze, finding fresh new cheese. Before long, he could almost taste it.
Come on, Hem, let's go. We've got to change and enjoy something better.
No way. It might be dangerous out there in the maze. I like it here. I'm comfortable. You'll see. Someday things will be just the way they were.
Like Hem, Haw focused on what he was losing. His vision of finding new cheese and gaining something better faded.
So every day, Hem and Haw went from their homes to cheeseless Station C and returned home again with empty bellies, full of nothing but stress. They tried to deny the change that had happened, but found it more and more difficult. Their homes were not the nurturing places they once were.
You know, if we just try harder, maybe we'll discover the cheese is still here.
So Hem and Haw worked longer hours, but still they did not find their cheese. Haw was beginning to realize how hard they were working without success.
Then Haw lived up to his name.
Look at us.
What are you laughing at? They moved our cheese and you think this is funny?
Oh, Hem, we keep doing the same things over and over again, and we wonder why things don't get better. Now that's funny.
Who moved my cheese? Who moved my cheese?
Hem, it's time for us to find something better.
You're not really going out into the maze again, are you? Why don't we just wait here until they put the cheese back?
They're never going to put the cheese back. That was yesterday's cheese. It's time for us to find some new cheese. Now, where did we put our running shoes?
What if there's no cheese out there? Or what if you can't find it? Or
Well, I don't know, Hem. But imagine how much we would enjoy some new cheese.
No, I don't want to go into the maze.
Well, I don't either. But let's face it. If we don't change, we could become extinct.
Extinct? Who moved my cheese? Who moved my cheese? Who moved my cheese? Who...
Then Ha wrote on the wall what he had been thinking about for some time.
What would you do if you weren't afraid?
Let's see the observations from the video. Loss of customers. Men were unprepared and had plans based on the existing customers. So they were completely unaware that the customers were losing. And one fine day when they lost all their customers, they were completely clueless because all their future plans was based on the customers being there. Whereas the mice were prepared and immediately had started exploring newer market and customers. So they were knowing that this situation is going to come one day and they were making themselves prepared for it. Underestimating the competitors. Men always felt that they were smarter than the mice and more efficient than the mice. And they always felt that why should we think what they're doing? We are better than them. Crying on spilt milk. Men were crying on spilt milk. Men were unable to overcome the situation. They were not ready to accept the situation that now they do not have any customers. And they always felt that the situation would come back to them. The situation would just be the same and they really do not need to change. Negative thinking. That is one of the prominent and underlining factor of this particular video. Men were thinking negative, and that is the reason they were reluctant to change. They were in their comfort zone. They never wanted to move out of the comfort zone. They never wanted to explore new markets. They always felt that that is not for them. That is not their cup of tea. They were always afraid of exploring the market. And they were always thinking negative. What if something goes wrong? What if we are not getting new customers? So they were just hoping for something good to happen to them without doing anything towards it. They had a fear of unknown. Partnership conflicts. Hem and Haw, as we know that they were the two partners in the men category of business, they have contradictory views. One of them felt that they should be going out in the market and exploring the newer market, whereas the other person was basically very much reluctant and he was afraid of going out. And that is the reason they had a lot of discussion and a lot of time and efforts was wasted in this particular discussion. Keep calm and make the change. If we don't change, we would become extinct. So that was the message given from the video. So we have to be changing all the time. Just move on and get there. You should know what your ultimate goal is and you just have to move on, come what may. There could be hurdles, there could be challenges. You have to surpass all these hurdles and challenges and finally get there. Now let's see what are the problems identified in this particular case. Unaware of the changing market conditions. Waiting for things to be the same again. Yes, that was one of the biggest problems that happened with men. Negative approach, reluctance to change. Partnership differences. So these were the 4 problems identified. Now let's see what are the possible ways of dealing with these problems. Unaware of the changing market conditions. Be responsive to changes happening in the business environment. You have to continuously keep your eyes and ears open. You have to look what changes are happening in the external world. A lot of these changes are beyond your control, but you can be responsive to these particular changes. If something goes wrong in the external environment, that has to be replicated in your business. You have to make minor modifications in your business model so that you adapt that particular change. Be prepared for the foreseen circumstances. You have to foresee a certain circumstances and you have to be prepared for it. Your plan B should always be ready. Your contingency plan should always be ready if something goes wrong in future. So you have to do that. It wasn't an accident. It was just that you were not aware. There would be certain situations which sometimes happens with your business and you feel it's an accident, but no, it's not accidentally happened. It was always happening, but you were ignorant towards that particular thing. So you have to be aware that you are knowing about it. Waiting for things to be the same again, that is one more problem which was identified. And let's see what are the ways of dealing with this problem. That's never going to happen. It's irreversible. Believe me, situations come and go from business. One particular situation does not stay for a longer time. And at the same time, that situation is not going to come back again. So if you are waiting for things, good things to happen with you, again, you have to really work hard towards it. It is not automatically going to come to you. Accept the situation and move on. This is the thing that most people do not do. If something goes wrong, they keep sulking on it, but do not accept it. Accept that something challenging has happened and you have to move on. No need to cry on spilt milk. Situation has happened. The damage is already caused. Now what you have to do is maybe do a little bit of damage control and move on. It is passé now. Do not cry on spilt milk. Ensure that you are more careful in future. Negative approach or reluctance to change. Don't overthink. It paves way for negativity. Normally it does happen if we overthink on a particular issue, we normally think negative. And this particular negative thinking changes our entire thought process. So you don't have to overthink on a particular issue because that would pave negativity into you. Don't think on what if things go wrong. Rather think what if everything goes right. This is a very important message. When we think about implementing a particular decision in the future, we always think more on what if it goes wrong. But go with the thought process that if everything falls in place and everything happens good, it would be such a wonderful thing. So always have a positive approach. Partnership differences. We saw in this particular video that two partners, Hem and Haw, were not able to come to a decision whether to go and explore new markets or just keep sulking in the current situation. And there could be a lot of such kind of partnership differences in any business decisions. So you have to also handle this situation. Be firm on your stand. Do not get carried away by someone's opinion if you are not in the line, if it is not in the line of your thoughts. Very important. Everybody has their own thoughts process. If two people have contradictory opinions or different opinions, one person has to convince the other. In partnership, it has to happen that way. You just don't follow because your partner is saying something. And if it is unethical or if it is not suiting your ethics or if it is not suiting your business, do not get carried away by what your partner is saying. At times, you need to take a tough decision of separation and be prepared to face the challenges of a business. You have to do that. So let's see what is coming up. We have the concluding episode number 3 of this particular case study. I hope you have watched the episode number 1, Who Moved My Customers, and this is episode number 2. So stay tuned for episode number 3 and happy learning. Thank you very much.